If the Statue of Liberty is a symbol of the American dream, then Ellis Island tells the story behind that dream. For 12 million immigrants, this was the first stop on their journey to becoming an American. Now it's a museum in honor of their struggles. Many of their names are recorded here, a stunning example of the diversity of this country.
Once the last boat of tourists leave and the moon begins to rise, you can't help but wonder what it must have been like to arrive here 100 years ago, after a cramped 2-week voyage across the sea.
Well, the folks who came to Ellis Island were the people who really didn't have a lot. They came the bottom of the boat, steerage, third class.
Peg Zitko of the Ellis Island Foundation gave us an after-hours tour of the museum.
Feather beds on their backs as they mount the stairs to go up to the Great Hall,
which brings the immigrant experience to life. At the beginning of the 20th century, the U.S. government actively recruited immigrants from Europe, needing laborers to fuel the Industrial Revolution. Everyone was welcome, as long as you were healthy enough to work.
They went through what came to be called the 6-second physical, where doctors did a quick inspection of them as they mounted the stairs to see if there might be any obvious physical abnormality. And if there was, they would mark it with a code that is indicated here.
Less than 2% of people were turned back. It's estimated that 40% of Americans have at least one relative who arrived at Ellis Island.
Yeah. So can you help me find my grandfather?
Well, we'll certainly try.
The museum's American Family Immigration History Center provides access to a database containing every person who passed through Ellis Island between 1892 and 1924.
That was my grandfather's brother.
The immigrants typically spent 5 hours waiting in the Great Hall to be processed, but some stayed longer in the hospital, and 3,000 died here.
It was very daunting. They left everything they knew. They didn't speak the language, and they came with what they could carry on their backs into this country in the hopes that they would leave this Great Hall and start a new life.
The new world beckoned through the window.
No, it's a beautiful view. And in fact, when the immigrants came 100 years ago, it was quite a view as well.
Their individual futures may have been uncertain, but collectively, they helped build one of the world's most powerful nations. Kristen Salumi, Al Jazeera, New York.